All right, there we go. Me and Delilah are back there. Well, Delilah, I think it's going so far. I'm enjoying this. Are you?
Yeah, no, it's quite fun. I just, I guess we're not gonna have any representative from the Cowboys. That's shocking.
And well, again,
Where did they
as
all
you know, we
go?
all have, we all have, they all had a.
No,
No,
I know.
again, this is our first show back, ladies and gentlemen. So we have, we have had, we have certain, sometimes things get in the way, so not everybody was able to get on, but that's okay. Again, we are here for you. We can only, we are only, Delilah and I are to expound on anything you'd like. But again, we're going to bring back now, since we do have, uh, he is available. Oh, thank you, Sean. John said good stuff, you guys. We appreciate that. Like I said, Sean, unfortunately, got a little busy, so we weren't able to bring back in our third member of the team, Mr. Anthony Handy, because now we can talk about your Atlanta Falcons, my friend.
Hey,
Now
hey,
here,
Kyle's in the group chat. Maybe he needs the link
where's
again. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah,
where's Kyle? Come on, Kyle.
oh,
We didn't hope to get
send the birthday
Mr.
boy.
Yacy on here, so
Send Mr.
I
Yates
did.
the link.
We did. I
Uh-huh.
sent the link.
That's a shame. If I'd have known he was
No.
coming, we would have coordinated. We would have pulled the coordinated hat trick again for the show.
Right,
Oh, that's
exactly. We would have
funny.
done that and pulled that. But again, we'll see if we can get Kyle on. We'll get We got our representatives working on it. We got the thing, But again, let's. Mr. Handy, as we know, is a Falcons fan. For those of you who watched the show last year, you probably
and
caught the wind of that.
And sometimes it's
So,
painful.
well, again, you're another team that, being honest, is trying to build back after we all know about what happened in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. But it seems
Yeah.
like since then, you guys kind of fell off a little bit. I don't know if that was just that devastating to where things just kind of fell apart. But now you're starting over in a sense. I think that's how I look at it. Like, you got a new quarterback in. Matt Ryan left, obviously went to the Colts. So you brought in Marcus Mariota. Now here's my thing with that, and I want to ask you about this, of course. Is this Marcus's chance now to redeem himself for what happened early in his career? With all that coming out of Oregon, he was going to be great. This and this and that didn't quite work out that way. Is this Marcus's opportunity? Is this his team? Can he put them on his back and march your Falcons forward? What sayeth you?
I'm going to give you what I think the front office planned to bring Marcus Mariota in as a stopgap. And that's where I still think they are right now. But from what we're seeing out of training camp, there are a lot of people that have been very impressed with him. This has been very motivated. Very motivated. The passes are looking crisp. He's not, he's going through his reads, boom, 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 hitting the receivers in stride. He's able to drop the bread. He's able to, put the laser, threading the needle with the defenders and drop them in the bread basket, soft touch passes in the whole nine. So they're saying he's much improved. And I want to believe that I do. It's still kind of hard for me until the season starts and they start playing. It's going to be hard for me to believe because I didn't know exactly how much he played since he got benched. He has only thrown since the 2019 season. He has only thrown 30 passes in real time.
Wow.
During game time.
30
passes.
It was a little bit more, but that seems like 30 passes is nothing.
18 of 30 for 230 yards, one touch, one pickle at a 69.3% rating. Wow. That's where he's been since 2019 and it's 2022. Right. Yeah. Now, granted, you get pulled in because, hey, go give the QB a Huffalo or so and so twisted the ankle. They twisted the ankle, go out there and close out go out there and kneel down. Sure. Whatever. So that remains to be seen. But from what I'm hearing, all of the reports coming out of camp, coming off the I forgot what the name of the thing is. I listened to him on the Spotify, the Falcons camp news. Okay. Things are going really good with him. He is really connecting, and the thing that's most important is he's really connecting with Kyle Pitts and Drake London. They said those guys are out there they're looking like superstars out there. Now, again, it's training camp, and again. Not to steal your phrase, sir, but again, it's the Falcons. So and it's kind of not hard to look like superstars when you're playing against the same defense that gave up. I mean, I think our defense was ranked 22nd in the league last year. So But I'm rooting for the guy
Yeah,
for selfish reasons. Obviously, I love a good
sure.
underdog story, but I'm rooting for the guy. So maybe he'll come out and he'll sling it around a little bit. We'll see. Because first two games are the Saints and the Rams. Now the Saints are not
Yeah,
the 2010 Super Bowl champion
right.
Saints,
Sure. Not at all.
but you
Right.
got the fresh off the Super Bowl Rams,
Sure.
and they're pretty much bringing the whole gang back together. So I
That
don't
they
know.
are.
We'll see. I think if I remember correctly, I went through and I had them finishing 8-9. So I mean,
Okay.
it's not bad. It's
No,
not
I
too
get you.
terribly bad. I know one thing though. I know that Coach Arthur Smith is better tighten up the reins and stop having fights in practice.
Yeah, I did want to ask you quickly about, and again, I know things get heated in training camp, but yeah, guys were like throwing haymakers and like it got looked like it got pretty serious down. Like people were, throwing punches and people had to
What
be separate.
Here's the thing I don't understand, and you see it during games in real time too. These fools get so hopped up on testosterone, throwing punches at people. You're throwing a punch at a man that's wearing a hat on his head that is made of compressed plastic,
I
uber
know.
compressed plastic that's
Right.
about an inch and a half thick with your
Yeah.
bare hand.
Right. I
I
never
got you.
understood it
I
either.
got
Like,
you. Why you in the training room getting your hand bandaged up after all of
what?
that foolishness when the adrenaline wears off? But it turns out that it was between Jalen Dalton, who is like fourth on the depth chart. So chances are pretty good he's not going
Okay.
to see a lot of play. I mean, I get it. The guys at the lower end of the depth chart are trying to get the playing time.
Yeah.
And one of your
But,
guys, he played for you guys. I think it's Jermaine Efisi. He was
yeah.
a former first round
Oh,
draft pick.
Fetty, yeah.
Yeah.
Fetty, sorry.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to be fair,
Yeah.
it's not just the Falcons. There's been fights breaking out training camp and a bunch of different,
Oh, yeah.
Steelers,
yeah.
the Giants, the San Francisco 49ers has had a big fight at camp. Like I feel
They
like,
fought at San Francisco. They
yeah,
fought at Give Peace a Chance, San Francisco.
there
Yeah,
was some
well,
like
there you go.
there was
See?
some mini brawl at the Bills training camp. I don't. It's like
Right.
I feel like sometimes, again, yes, your teammates, and as we know, like just your testosterone's going, and it's just it happens. It's not new. I think it's because they're reporting it more. They're getting it out. It's being tweeted, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh, there was a fight at this training camp. There was a fight at this training camp. And so it's like, so it's not just in Atlanta. I've
Yeah,
seen
well,
it like,
it's one of those. Well, the other thing about it is, it's I don't know how long they've been letting fans go to training camp like they do now,
yeah,
but
exactly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
everybody and their brothers got a camera in their back
Right.
pocket.
And they're like, oh,
So
this,
Well, that's just
right.
it, right?
yeah, so it's not like back in 1985 if something happened,
Exactly. No, right.
you had to run to a phone real quick and make a
Right.
phone call and hope somebody believed you.
Somebody's
Like
fighting. They're
Yeah.
fighting. No.
But,
the
Like,
the
oh, look
fight
at
is
this.
going on and
Upload
people
to
are standing
TikTok.
out there right now,
Exactly.
real timing it on IG and Facebook Live
exactly.
and YouTube Live.
Absolutely true.
So it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I like a good underdog road star at
Like
training
a good
camp.
scrap, right? Like a good scrappy
That was funny, Sean.
underdog story.
That was fun. But no, I would like to see Marcus do pretty good. I think that game against the Saints is winnable. Yeah, I think
I
that
do too.
having
As a
having
matter
the
of fact,
Rams second, I think that is tough.
I
But
think, as a matter of fact, I gave the Falcons the win. I gave the Falcons the win in that one.
yeah.
I gave
Oh,
the Falcons the
you
win to
gave the
start the
benefit of
season
pride.
opener.
So
Yeah,
look at
well, the
that.
Saints. I mean, say what you want to say. No matter how good or how bad the Saints and the Falcons have been, one thing about that rivalry is it is very even down the stretch. As
Yeah.
of last season, the record stands at 54 to 52 in favor of the Falcons. They've met 106 times, and there's only a 2-game difference in that rivalry.
Wow. See, there you go.
So,
Well, see, there you go. So, okay, but again, now with your defense, Mr. Handy, how did they look
uh,
coming into this season? Because that's going to be, again, not knowing the question marks on offense, can the defense hold up, their end of the bargain in this particular season?
Grady Jarrett. I mean, every time that is the name that's coming out of training camp more than anything else is Grady Jarrett.
Okay.
Again, I'm using it again. I'm pulling it one more time, Nick. I got a bar. I'm gonna reach over and pull it from your side. But again, this is the defense of the Atlanta Falcons playing against the offense of the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons
Right.
offense was ranked 29th in the league last year. It was one of those
Right.
statistically the worst seasons ever. I mean, Matt Ryan went on a 9-game stretch without having a 300-yard game, and that was for the first time in almost 10 years. So that's how bad the offense has been. But Grady Jarrett has been looking really good, and that's the number one name coming out of camp. Grady Jarrett, Grady Jarrett, Grady Jarrett. They did pick up. Oh God, where is it? I'm wondering. I see that the kid that they picked up from Georgia, but he was a 6th rounder, so I didn't know if he was going to make it or not. I don't see him on the depth chart, so it doesn't look like he's going to see a lot of playing time. They did have a nose guard. Yep. Vincent Taylor is out with an Achilles tendon. He was kind of he's a little bit of a journeyman, but they was looking for big things to come out of him this season. Came out of Oklahoma State, but his best season was 4 seasons ago. There's still some question marks at defense, but the offense is what I'm looking for the improvement in from Atlanta, because last season you had 2 linemen give up 20 sacks between the 2 of them. One of them is one is a free agent, and that is, I took notes because I'm not very good at remembering stuff except movie lines and song lyrics. But 2 offensive linemen that accounted for 20 of the 40 sacks that Matt Ryan suffered last year. He was also hurried 48 times. It's just the offensive line is at the end of the day, and it doesn't look like they really did anything to improve their running game either, other than signing Cordarrelle Patterson. But we know he's like the Swiss Army knife because he's the receiver and he's the running back.
Yeah,
and he's
that guy does everything.
Everything.
Right.
It's like, hey, if you got an offensive play, put Cordarrelle in there. There we go.
Right, but we all know that no matter how phenomenal an athlete is, if you run him in the ground, he's got maybe a 3 year shelf life, 3 years shelf life on the short end, and maybe if you're lucky, 5 to 6 if they start pulling him back at year 4. So
that was the argument Debo had, right, over in San Francisco. Same thing. Like they kept putting him in different positions. But
I see they put a rider in his contract for
correct.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like if you're gonna, I mean, I understand where these players are coming from, because if they have one position, but you're also having them risk and add to their by switching, and that's fine, then they should get the incentives. I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no matter
nothing wrong with that.
No matter how many times I'm sorry. Every time you set every play that you play increases your opportunity to get hurt or just wear and tear. So if you're just a special teams player, you're only on the field returning punts and fielding kicks and fielding punts, or field goal unit or whatever. But if you're playing on offense and you're playing running back 2 downs, and you're playing wide receiver 2 downs, and then you go back on the field for the punt return, like they got to be careful. They got to be careful with that. So they definitely need to find a good solid. I think they're just hoping that Cordarrelle that he's durable enough to make it through the season without any major injury, and they'll probably I'd look to see Atlanta pick up a running back out of next year's crop of kids. Probably like in the anywhere between the mid to low 2nd round, maybe high 3rd round. So I think that's what they're waiting on, because all of the I mean, when it comes to running backs in the league, is Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel, a couple of other people. So that's what I got for Atlanta. I hope they do well.
Hey,
I got them at 8 and 9. I'm still gonna be screaming. I'm still gonna be yelling, rise up.
Of course.
But I don't know. Plus that I didn't. Arthur Smith is kind of he's really very vanilla. Like he's when you have the demonstrative coaches on this end, he's like the total and complete opposite. Like you got either a demonstrative coach or you got Bill Belichick playing the jerk coach. This guy's like very vanilla, and I don't know. We'll see what he brings to the table this year. I hope he shakes up the deck because Atlanta can do something different.
Yeah, but I saw good reports about your new defensive coordinator, Pease, whatever his name is, right? Pease? Is that his last name? Pease?
We had Kyle Shanahan, who was supposed to be some kind of idiot savant offensive
Right.
coordinator.
Right.
And we gave up a 25-point lead. Now, granted, we can't put that on the offense, but the offense that was running roughshod over New
Got
England,
very conservative all of a sudden. Yeah.
all of a sudden could not score a point in the second half.
They definitely took their foot off the throat, my friend.
Yeah,
So-
Dean Pease. That's your defensive coordinator. I knew it was something.
So
I knew it was something
my
like that.
mentality when it comes to Atlanta is almost where people's careers just come to die. I didn't want to use that word, but that's the best thing I could come up with.
They come to end. They come to end.
Yeah, well, when it comes to coaching, I mean, who else except for Kyle Shanahan, who else is really going on to? And I know Sean will probably jump in the comments with 8 names because Mr. Football Encyclopedia over
Right.
there.
There you go.
If it was him and Dylan in the comments would just start lighting up. But other than Kyle, okay, let's just go back to that Super Bowl. Other than Kyle Shanahan, who else has gone on to a head coaching job from being an assistant coach in Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, I have to probably look that up. I wouldn't know that.
I would.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, we're not going to wait that long, my friend.
Exactly.
Where's Kyle? You see, Kyle should have popped in. Maybe he had the stats. I don't know.
I don't know. But I do want to talk again, now that we want to thank Anthony, of course, for his Falcons insight.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.